In early 2025, the Spanish Navy's legendary training ship, Juan Sebastián de Elcano, set sail from the port of Cadiz on its 17th training cruise. Aboard were 76 midshipmen preparing to serve their country, among them a historic figure, Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Asturias. As Crown Princess, Leonor de Bourbon is undergoing a rigorous training period across the Spanish armed forces, and this voyage represents a symbolic and practical milestone in her naval education. The ship itself carries not just midshipmen, but also 20 officers, 20 non-commissioned officers, over 130 naval personnel, and 2 civilian educators. Their mission: to gain real-world experience in seamanship, foster international diplomacy, and celebrate the deep maritime traditions of Spain. The voyage's first international destination was Salvador de Bahia, Brazil, also the only port of call in the country. There, the crew was welcomed with vibrant energy. The female percussion group from the Pracatum School performed a traditional batucada, celebrating the arrival with music and rhythm rooted in Afro-Brazilian culture. This warm welcome wasn't just ceremonial. It reflected over 30 years of community work by the Pracatum Social Action Association, led by renowned musician Carlinhos Brown. Brown himself had welcomed King Felipe and Queen Letizia to Salvador 2 decades earlier, when they were still the Prince and Princess of Asturias. Salvador's significance in this voyage extended beyond music. This year marks the 400th anniversary of the 1625 recapture of the city from Dutch forces, a pivotal moment in colonial history. That victory was achieved by the largest transatlantic fleet of the era, commanded by Spanish Admiral Federico Álvarez de Toledo. In a moving joint tribute at Fort Santa Maria, midshipmen from Spain and sailors from the Brazilian Navy honored the fallen of both countries. A plaque dedicated to Admiral de Toledo stands proudly at the fort, whose 17th-century stone walls still echo the defense of the city. On the same day, the Princess of Asturias took part in a formal luncheon with Spanish and Brazilian dignitaries, including the Spanish ambassador to Brazil and the commander of the Juan Sebastián de Elcano. Her presence was a testament to the enduring bonds between nations and the role of the Crown in supporting diplomatic and military ties abroad. In the cultural sphere, a seminar titled Salvador de Bahia and its Siege and Enterprise of 1625 brought together renowned historians from Brazil and Spain. Hosted by the Spanish Embassy in collaboration with the Cervantes Institute and the Geographic and Historical Institute of Bahia, the event emphasized the importance of historical memory and academic exchange. At the Naval Museum of Salvador, the Spanish Navy presented a restored copy of the historic painting Siege and Enterprise of Salvador de Bahia, further cementing cultural collaboration. From Brazil, the Juan Sebastián de Elcano set sail once again, this time southward to Montevideo, Uruguay. There, Princess Leonor experienced a moment of profound symbolism, the swearing-in ceremony aboard the ship, where she pledged allegiance to the Spanish flag. Standing as flag-bearer before a formation of midshipmen and alongside 45 Spaniards living in Uruguay, her oath echoed that of her father, King Felipe VI, who took the same vow in Montevideo in 1987. The ceremony was attended by Spain's Minister of Defense, Margarita Robles, and key Uruguayan naval and civilian officials. The event honored not just the princess's military progression, but also the deep-rooted relationship between Spain and Uruguay. With over 73,000 Spanish nationals currently residing in Uruguay, many of Galician and Asturian descent, the country holds one of the largest Spanish communities per capita in the world. In fact, it's estimated that nearly 2 million Uruguayans are of Spanish descent. This historic connection continues to evolve. Under Spain's democratic memory law, approved in 2022, descendants of Spaniards who emigrated can now reclaim Spanish nationality without giving up their own. Already, more than 17,000 applications have been filed in Uruguay, nearly half of which have been approved. During the stop in Montevideo, midshipmen visited the city's historic center, participated in a floral tribute at the monument of José Gervasio Artigas, the father of Uruguayan independence, and attended a reception at the Spanish embassy. The Princess of Asturias was also present at a diplomatic reception hosted by the commander of the Juan Sebastián de Elcano, further strengthening Spain's connection with the local Spanish-Uruguayan community. This visit marked the 18th time the training ship has docked in Montevideo since its inaugural voyage in 1928. After departing on February 9th, the vessel continued its journey into Chilean waters, with scheduled stops in Punta Arenas and Valparaiso. As it sails onward, the Juan Sebastián de Elcano remains a living symbol of Spain's naval legacy, a floating classroom where future leaders are shaped, traditions honored, and the bridges between past and present are carried across the seas.